At the end of this video, you'll be able to create the same VFX shot as you are watching right now. So to do that, you just need to stick around and watch this video until the end. Alright guys, so here we are, and just to let you know that in this case, in this tutorial, we are going to be using After Effects to track the footage, and then we are going to get this footage and put this into Blender, right? So in order to create our 3D flag, so just make sure that you have AE2 blend installed. You're going to pay this only one time in your entire life, so I am pretty sure that it's worth it. Let's get started, guys. The first thing I'm gonna do here, in this case, my After Effects is in Portuguese, both absolutely no problem. If you have your After Effects in English, there's absolutely no problem. So yeah, I'm gonna click here in new project, and in new composition, I'm gonna just name it as my VFX flag. All right, this is pretty cool, and I'm keeping these values just like so, and in duration here I can set, and I can use like 12 seconds. I think it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna click here in OK, and in this case we can just click in our footage and drag this into After Effects, right? So we are going to use this one here, C0571. So I'm gonna click and drag just like so. Click here, Ctrl-Alt-F, in order to adjust the scale and transform it into your correct scale, right? Your layer scale. So that's it. I'm gonna just pick this and drag here to the very beginning. I think around this part is pretty cool. So that's it, it's pretty cool. What I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna click with the right button and create a pre-comp. All right, so I am gonna click here and select this second option, and here I can write comp 1 and hit OK. That's it. I can just click here and drag our comp over here to see what is going on, right? And then I can go in this tab over here and click in camera control, right? So that's it. I'm gonna select this option here, and then in this case, guys, you have one problem. I don't know why this happens, and this already happened to me. I don't know if this happens only because I filmed in S-Log or stuff like that. If you know the answer for it, just write down below. So as you can see, we have this problem over here. If you go in this part, which says method solution, we can change this to this second option, right? All right, guys, so that's it. We have our track points working properly here. So you just need to be careful, because if you try to track some reflective parts like these guys that I'm selecting right now, sometimes you can have a few mistakes just because After Effects don't track them. I don't know why. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna create something here, some solid and camera. I can just check if the tracking points are working properly. Just make sure that they are definitely working. So I'm gonna select these three guys over here, click with the right button and select the second option here, right? And then we have this guy over here. I'm gonna press the S key, and then I'm gonna just scale this up a little bit. I'm gonna just rotate this guy just like so. I think we're fine. In this case, you know, when I created this part as my flag already, right? Because I'm gonna check if the tracking is working properly, and I'm gonna place this solid in the exactly place that I want to see my 3D flag, you know, just flying and stuff like that. So that's it. Just let me see it's working properly. It's going to be a short take, so, you know, never mind, like, just go through it and try to develop your skills. Don't just be like too crazy about it, right? So I'm gonna just place this guy over here. It's pretty cool. Let me see. Yeah, it's working properly. So now it's time to import everything into Blender. Alright guys, so now in Blender, you just need to press A and then let all of these informations here as camera, 3D object and light and stuff like that. And now it's time to import the information from After Effects and put this into Blender, right? So I'm gonna select the camera control, and I'm gonna just open this tab and select position orientation. I like to select them all, to be honest, right? All of this information has rotation X, Y, and Z and stuff like that. So I'm gonna press Ctrl C, and in Blender I'm gonna open the A2 blend over here, and I am going to click in create camera. All right, so I can just press O and see what's going on. Do not forget to drag all of these keyframes created by Blender here one frame forward. All right, just because in After Effects the footage starts on the frame number 0. All right, so that's it. I can just press space here, hit space here to see what's going on. And the second thing that we are going to import is this solid. All right, so I'm going to open this tab and select all of these guys over here until the rotation Z and press Ctrl C. So now I am going to just paste this information in Blender. So I'm going to click here in create plane. All right, so Blender will give this information for me. So I am not like very happy with this result, so I just need to adjust something here. All right, so I'm gonna select my camera, and then one thing that is going to be really important here is importing your footage. Just render your footage from After Effects, this layer over here, all right? Because you already cut it off, so you have the information that you want to work with in Blender, right? So you gotta have this footage over here. So just click here in File and Export, and just render it, right? So just render it out. I already did it, so I am going to put this one here in Blender. Go to this camera icon here, background image. You can check this option, click in Add Image, and then Move Clip. So I already have my clip over here. I just need to find it. Just give me a second. So yeah, this guy over here. Yeah, that's it. So there's something wrong here, and I can help you. You know, like, just in order to solve this problem, it's pretty easy. You just need to go back to After Effects, and in your composition, you just need to double click here and double click in camera control as well, and you need to copy this information here and paste it in Blender. $31.195. Is that the same value? Is that? Let me check. Yeah, 1.9 is fine. So now, as you can see, the tracking is perfectly. If you use the same parameters here to see if the tracking is working, you can see that the tracking is working properly. Like if I just pick this corner over here and see if my corner is moving or not in Blender, I can do it. So this one, for example, this one which is closed to the window over here, so I can see in Blender if it's working properly. Yeah, of course it is. It's in the same position, right? So just try to take the parameter, all right, just by yourself. So one thing that I don't like here is this kind of cut over here. I can just move my layer a little bit forward. There's absolutely no problem. Just be careful to do not move this too much, and then you can just mess around with your shot, and you don't want it. All right, so here I can just write 146. And another thing that I want to do here, and before we go to the last part, we need to create the cloth simulation and the roll in order to, you know, just get started with the simulation. I am just checking if the tracking is okay or not to move forward. So I'm going to just move this back a little bit and scale this down just like so. I think now it's pretty cool. I can check another time to see it's okay or not. I'll just move this forward just a little bit. Yeah, just make sure that your tracking is really good. All right, your tracking is really important when you are trying to create a really nice VFX shot. So that's it. Alright guys, so I think here is pretty cool. So the second thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna press just, just let me see where it is. Yeah, it's over here. So I'm gonna just press Shift D and duplicate it. I'm gonna just select this guy here because I don't wanna use the same as I imported from After Effects. So I'm gonna select this guy over here. And now I'm gonna press Shift A and then go to Curve and then Curve Spirals and then Archimedia. And then I can just increase this value here, and the radius I can decrease this one. And turns I can just decrease just like so. And then in height here I can just move this a little bit if I want, but I'm gonna just keep this in 0. And then I can just decrease this value here. Radius growth, something like that is pretty cool. And then something like this, alright? Don't go too crazy about it. So here it's time to move this guy over here. And then this one here as well. So yeah, now I can give more information to Blender in order to unwrap this banner, right? So I'm gonna select this spiral and I'm gonna just move this along the axis.